Hello, hi everybody. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a review kind of thing. This is a section that I do for us cat servants. I've got a hair in my mouth, it's driving me crackers. I'm gone. For us cat servants of the feline variety, and yeah, and sometimes I do toy reviews on their behalf. I give sort of how they react to the item, whether it's a toy. That thing over there from I got it from Just for Pets, and they were selling them off for like 99p. It had a little sachet of catnip in some of them, and it had like a springy butterfly or something in the middle. I think it was supposed to be a bee. I've no idea. It didn't last very long, the springy toy, because the cats just chewed it to pieces. There is like a thing in the centre there that they're supposed to be able to rub the cheeks on, and this gives sensations for them, and I mean they do walk across it and things like that, so maybe, I don't know, it needs a bit of a clean. I think it's been a while since I've given it a scrub. And then, to be fair, the cats, when I do clean it as well, that the cats will be walking around and on work surfaces and stuff, and then, they're on there, so they make it mucky again anyway. But I will give it a scrub. But this is from Cat Eat, and they love it. Well, Oreo loves it, I tell a lie. The older ones don't bother with it, but Oreo, my little bundle of mischief, he loves it. I call it his cat snooker, because he sits there and just bats the ball around. Sometimes Peaches will have a play with it as well, and they just bat them. It does come with one ball, not two, but my cleaner's got an obsession with trying to fit as many balls in there as possible, which really annoys me, and it winds them up as well. So yeah, that I would give a 10 out of 10, and it's been here and it's been loved. I think I bought it just before the kittens arrived, and I think Percy and Cosmo were both little. Now they're 2 years old, so yeah, so that's been a great toy. But I do need to get some new stuff. Oreo loves this. He goes absolutely mental for it and plays with it all the time. But I do need to get them some different toys. I do have a toy box that's in the food cupboard, and I've got new bits in there, and every now and again I'll open, well, they're already open in the box, and I'll just pull something out, usually when I go B&M, because they usually have toys that are very, very cheap. Oreo's got an obsession with ripping toys open to get the catnip out. It's like the drug squad, I tell you. So they never even get a chance to be reviewed, because he just obliterates them and then they go in the bin. So that's what he does. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Apart from the fact that I've got a box in here, there's always a box. Cats love boxes, and it just gives them a bit of fun. They play with it for 5 minutes till it gets a bit tatty, and then that goes out for the recycling. Yeah, anyway, I was starting to show this. This is one of the things that I bought today. I need to get back in the swing of the food reviews for them, and also the what else? The food, the toys, anything cat really. See, their reactions to me is whether it's a valid 10 out of 10 or whether it's a 1. It depends how it's played with, or eaten, whether they want to go back for more and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, this is the catsan that I got today. I always buy catsan. I have tried other litter stuff, and it's always been me going back to catsan. I've tried with them the wood stuff. I used to buy a really good wood one from Pets at Home, and it used to last a week, one big bag, and it was amazing stuff. But then the suppliers changed for Pets at Home, because where they got it, there was a war on, so they were only able to get what they could get that was obviously in the production and dispatched out. And then they changed to the suppliers altered, and it was just rubbish. So I stopped buying it, because as soon as they had a wee in it, it literally just went to sawdust, and it was the worst varieties ever, and I just got fed up with it. It was just constantly costing me an arm and a leg. So yeah, I go back to catsan. I tried other brands. I've tried the Feelite one, that's okay. If I'm cut short, then at least I know that there's a brand that ain't too bad. But I tried to get mine from B&M where I can, because it is slightly cheaper. But this one I got from Asda. Sometimes I'll go Asda, sometimes I'll go B&M. I'm not going to go B&M especially for a cat litter bag. If I'm doing a shop and I need some cat litter, I will buy the catsan. Usually it's in the £13.99 bag. But this one is from catsan, and it's the natural. It was on offer for £10 in Asda, and I must admit I've never bought this before, and because I'm sort of looking at the PetSmart litter box, but I will only be buying one at a time because of the cost of them. So it's basically a robot litter box, and I'm very anti them. However, this one has got millions of safety features in it, and it's thought of everything, and it's amazing, and it's actually on sale with TikTok, and it isn't cheap, so you've got to be prepared to spend. But I want them, the cat litter robot tray, because I really struggle with constantly having to clean up after the cats every 5 minutes when one's been to the toilet. You know, it's like someone needing to flush the toilet and, you know, not being able to flush the loo, and it just makes you feel quite if you've got a and I feel that's what the cats are like. They don't like using a tray that's already been dirty. They'll go in it if they have to, and mine looks horrendous because a shopping bag fell down, believe it or not, that with just shopping bags in it and a cat, and it just killed the top of my tray. But it's having to do for now till I can get the replacement sorted out. But this litter bot, honestly, from what's it called? PetSmart, something along them lines, and you know, it is £200 for this tray, but you plug it in, and every time the cats have been in the toilet, it basically cleans and sorts out your cat's mess. But you have to use clumping cat litter. You cannot use the regular cat litters. You've got to use a clumping one. And I thought, well, clumping cat litter, I've never used it before, and it works out rather expensive, especially when you've got 6 cats, you know, to buy a bag, and it's like £10, and you know, the bigger one is like £13 something. This one was 10, and you've got in here how many litres? 8 litres compared to I'm trying to think now, was it 13? Something like that. And then it says 100% natural litter, made with renewable raw materials, whatever that is. Quick and solid clumping. And that's it, I think. Let me have a look on the back. I mean, a lot of it's all in foreign writing, so it's not the easiest to try and demonstrate. Oh, well, we've got better at the back. Or are we? Same things. I thought it was going to give a little bit of an explanation. Cats love cleanliness, and that's why cats love catsan litter. With catsan, you always find it's clean. Fill the litter box with minimums of 6 centimetres. Well, I'm not going to sit there with a tape measure. I'd just put so much in, to be honest. You've got to add fresh, basically, every now and again, to stop it sticking to the bottom of the box. So there we go, there's all that stuff there. Nothing else really to report. But I have had a couple of cats use the tray, and now usually, and you've got to bear in mind, I have 6 cats. Usually this one gets quite full, especially through the night. I've got a few cats that like to be in here for the toilet. There's certain ones that like to be in the living room at certain trays. I've got 3 in the living room and 1 in here, and 6 cats. It seems to be adequate. But I've got the regular stuff in the living room, and I've thought I'll use this one in here and see how I get on with this just in the tray. I've had a couple of cats use the tray for wheeze, and I've actually managed to sift it out with that metal scoop. And I'm surprised because it looks like as if it's not been used at all. It took out all the residue, and I was like, wow, that's impressive. I've put a certain amount in there. I don't know how deep it is, but I've put a certain amount in there, and just to try it out, and I'll see whether this is going to last me longer in the long run than the other stuff, because that other stuff, it absorbs all the way, but it gets quite pungent after a bit, and and you just got to keep sifting, and you've got to get it out with a different scoop, and it's more hard work. But if this is going to be better value, it's like, this cost me, I don't know how this would do all 4 trays, but would that just do the once? But how long will how long will this stuff last, kind of thing? If you're not having to empty your scooping, but you're not getting it all out and throwing it all away. I'm just wondering whether this is going to be the better value in the long run. This is my experiment anyway, to see how I get on with it. I know I'm waffling a little bit, so I apologise. But I just want to see how I get on with this, and how long this lasts compared to the other one that's in the other room that I bought the other day. Because if this works out better value in the long run, I will be changing from that to this. I mean, this is £10, or was £10. It should have been £11.89, I think. So I got this one, and I'll see how it goes. And if it's a good one, then I'm going to switch it over, and then see how we get on with 6 cats, 4 trays, and this stuff. And then take it from there, and then on one of the times perhaps I'll get one of the bots for here and see how we get on with the tray, and hope that, because it's going to be expensive thing, but I want something that's going to help me, you know, like an aid, instead of me struggling and having to scoop trays out, and you know, it'll take the bit of pressure away. So that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, so far so good with what I've got in there already and how I've used it, and how it's took everything out and it looks fresh, like I just put it down at this second in time. I've said 10 out of 10. So I'll do a review maybe over the weekend, and then see how we go for the rest of the week, and then I'll do another report next week. Oh dear, I'm tired. So that's what I'm going to do anyway. So this is the Catsan Natural. So far so good. 10 out of 10. Alright, catch you later guys. Bye.